welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Well, open water races and open water triathlons are a huge problem to those who don't practice for them correctly. I'm going to go to the computer and show you what happened to my son in Cozumel, the World Championships, and show you a little bit of what I mean, and then I'll come back and explain a bit more.
To illustrate the difference between a normal pool swim race and an open water start, either for a triathlon or an open water competition, we're going to take this start of the sprint wave, 25 to 30-year-olds in Cozumel this year. And there we go, and you'll notice they are absolutely hammering it out. And I'm just going to stop it there. My son is just about there in the picture, and we're going to see him do something in a second because he wants to get on someone's feet. So he's swimming along, and you can see him just there, but he notices, it's just gone down a bit, it's going to come up in a sec, he notices this guy to the right, he's just looking there, you can see just there, he's just looking there, and he notices this guy swimming very fast to the right, and he's going to try and get on his feet. So he shifts to the right and smacks, because that's the right direction for him to go in. This is running at full speed, and you can see how fast these guys are actually going out. Now, it's only just over a minute, this particular clip, but you can see there, if I bring that up, these people here, where my son's just at the back there, have got into a clear lead, and they're together and they're going out. We're just about 35 seconds through. I've got about another 30 seconds of this start. Now look at this whole wave. It's really spreading out. We'll go forward all the way to the end. And you can see these people are just hammering it. From the front to the back, they are making huge efforts. And there we go, we're just about at the end now. Now that is 1 minute and 2 seconds through. And again, we have a spread of swimmers that is approximately now 50 meters long, and the front people have only gone out 100 meters. In Cozumel, there was a huge current, so if you don't get on the feet of the people you want, you're going to be swimming into the current and very slow. So that's hugely important. But does that happen in normal races? I would suggest it does. We're going to look at a couple of examples.
Okay, so his plan was always to get out of his comfort zone, get on the feet he needed to be on, and then calm down and go with the flow, drafting off the people who are slightly faster than him. Now he's clearly a fast swimmer, and you might be thinking, well, that's not for me. I wouldn't get in that situation. Don't fool yourself. Everyone gets into that situation, certainly at times in a race, if you're not just a novice. Novices tend to stay at the back. But if you're in with everybody else, it is going to at some point become a bum fight. Here's another example from still photography that will explain what I mean.
So here we are at the start of a race, and although everyone is quite comfortable, as soon as it starts, the people in the middle here and the people at the end are all having to go together. And you can see there's no real place to stop. Once everyone gets started, the speed is the speed. You have to swim that speed, and you're out of your comfort zone, and you're already doing effectively what my son did, except you're in this washing machine effect. What he was trying to do is get out the way of this washing machine effect up front here. But all these people in the middle are now struggling to breathe, they're struggling to see, and they're actually in this situation where they're getting slowly but surely out of breath. You can see these raised heads, trying to get a breath, and all these people so close that they can't actually get away from each other. One or two people at the back probably can survive without doing that, but if you're in the middle of the crowd, you have to swim the pace of the crowd, and that means you're going to get out your comfort zone, whatever happens. You can see even here, it's exactly the same. We have people all around each other, and there's no space to move, there's no space to breathe. You're going to get out of breath. You've got to practice and plan for that in your training.
So you can see it's not easy to be in that bum fight, that washing machine, and not actually get out of breath. So even if you don't plan to race ahead, you're likely to be in a situation where you get uncomfortable. And if it happens to you and you haven't planned it, you're in trouble. So this video is solely here to help you stop getting into that situation, practicing it beforehand. So we're going to go to the computer again and look at a session plan I designed specifically to help my son get into that situation and get used to it. Let's go to the computer again.
So here's a session plan I specifically designed for my son to use in the next, or the previous 2 weeks, to practice that out of breath feeling. So he comes to the race, which is the World's Qualifier on the 21st, ready to actually make that huge effort necessary to get out the pack and get onto someone's feet who's swimming pretty fast. Okay, so if we look at the start, we can see we're just doing a normal warm-up, 400 meters front to back, then we're doing some drills, single arm with pull by, finger drag, fists, a push and glide, and then we're just building finally so that we actually have some speed before we go into really make ourselves out of breath. So we're going 450s, build to 3, hold 4, in other words, get faster, then hold that for the final one. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is 2 sets of 100s, where you're going 50 meter really hard, then 50 meter down to race pace. And it's really important that you can feel that race pace. Now I've put these on 130, you can put them on what you like. My son's looking to do that probably in around 110 to 115, so that's a reasonable time. Then after each of them, there's a 100 recovery on 3 minutes. You're getting right back down, lowering that heart rate, ready for the next effort. So you remember you've got 2 of those, each with a 100 recovery in between. After that, we're going up to 150, where 75 meters is hard, 75 is down to race pace. And we're doing that on 210. Once again, after each, we have this nice recovery, so that we get the heart rate down, we flush away the lactate, and we're back down to where we need to be, starting our next one, or even going on to our 3rd repeat of different distances, where we're doing 2 200s, or so let's say 1 200 at a time, where 100 is really hard and 100 is race pace. Now I've put 2 minutes 45 on that. He should come in around 2:30 and then go into that recovery swim so that his heart rate goes down and he's back ready to start the last one really well. And notice on the last we're going to go to the swim down, which is a 200 meter recovery. That's a fairly simple session, but it really will help everybody get into that situation where even if they're not trying to race and trying to go fast, if they get out of breath, they'll know how to get back down into their comfort zone and swim at normal pace again.
Okay, so there you have it, how to plan to effectively be out of breath and then know you can come back down and control yourself again. Massively important, and it's one thing I can impart upon you for open water swimming. Plan for some time in the race when you're actually going to be out of breath. It's very rare that you're in a race and you're absolutely comfortable the whole way through, even if you haven't taken a proper warm-up and therefore you get that tight-chested feeling. You don't want to stop, you don't want to roll onto your back, you just want to keep going and know, right, I've done this before, I know how to calm down, I know how to get into my normal race pace. Okay, hopefully that's helped you. I'm going to be at Liquid Leisure this weekend from about 7:30 to 9, and then I'm going to go to the qualifying race at Dorney Lake. If you see me there or if you see me at Liquid Leisure, say hello. Keep well, see you soon.